Welcome to day 8. My name is CCP Soundwave. If you're not excited, you may need to see your doctor because you may have an excitement disability that you have undiagnosed. How are you guys doing today?
Very, very excited.
Ravi, tell me, what do you think we're going to see today?
We are going to be seeing a lot of new setups from a bunch of teams, stuff that they've been keeping hidden for this entire time they didn't want to give away early. We're going to be seeing teams that need to win every single match. Everything is do or die. I can't wait.
Kill 2?
How's it going? I'm excited too. I can't believe how high quality every team in the top 16 is. I was like, we're talking about brackets all day and who's going to win, and it all looks like a bunch of coin flips to me because all the teams are so good. I feel like any team could be any team in this whole day, which is amazing.
That's going to be really good. We're joined by CCP Bro. Welcome.
Thank you.
So you've been with us for the entire Lions tournament. Could you tell people a little bit about what you do at CCP and what you've been doing for us as well?
For CCP, I'm a game master mainly, but I've been doing the streaming for the Alliance tournament, and I've been reaching out to players and helping players start their own streams.
All right, and I mean, of course, we know Kill 2's been running his as well, so we're definitely going to talk a little bit about that if anyone's curious about starting up streaming and showing their Eve skills to the world.
Yes.
Essentially. All right, so we have a fairly amazing day. I'm hoping we could get the brackets up quickly so we can take a look at what exactly we can expect out of today. Let's see, they're coming up here. So it's Hun Reloaded versus Fearless. So we have our own brackets here, so let's just go through what the predictions are in the studio. So Hun Reloaded versus Fearless. I have Hun Reloaded winning this one. How about you guys?
Yeah, I think almost everyone. That's one of the ones that Hun is pretty, like, the majority favors Hun pretty clearly.
Hun's been really solid all these last couple of weeks. Statistically, they're the best team.
Yes, they've been super consistent, and it just doesn't feel like a team like Fearless are going to knock them off. Really.
I think this is a good example to me of a match where it's the most clearly favored, maybe on the whole list, and still I give it no better than 2-1.
This is still closer than almost all the matches would have been last year.
Yeah. And then we have Godfathers versus Heretic Nation. I think I have Godfathers in that one. How about you guys?
I've got Heretic.
Yeah, I have Heretic too.
I have Heretic as well.
This one really could go either way. This is one of the closest.
Yeah. All right, so we lost the list, but I'm just going to continue going through them quickly. PL versus Test after that.
Got to go with PL for me.
Obviously, PL is a favorite there, but I'm pulling for Test a little bit, and they've been pretty legit this tournament. They could easily win. I think easily.
PL are the better team, but like, I feel like I've been saying that about most of the people Test have been playing against.
All that matters is who's the better team on that moment.
Yeah.
And Test has done really good in the moments they need to be good in.
Yeah, it's fairly amazing.
We got a brag.
Then we have Dark Side versus Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy. I think Dark Side might take that one.
But Pizza surprised everyone beating Suddenly Spaceships.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be much more of a surprise.
They not only beat Suddenly Spaceships, but they actually sent us pizza to the studio. Which is,
amazing.
Not just,
And they're another good example of a team that everybody, I think, has kind of overlooked, or at least early in the tournament, didn't really know what was going on. They didn't. Most people didn't recognize them. We mistook them for another alliance earlier yesterday. And they've done great. I mean, they're here after 7 days.
People get distracted by the name.
Yep. You put your name in all caps and people don't take you seriously.
Also first-time tournament contenders. Like, all these like new guys you don't really know how to place until basically after the tournament.
Right.
All right, so Mildly Intoxicated versus Raiden. This one we probably disagree because I have Raiden.
I got Mildly.
Yeah, I have Mildly.
As
but
well.
I don't think, again, I can see why you take Raiden.
Close enough.
You've been really excited about Raiden, huh?
I've been super excited because
he was so surprised that they still exist, and it was just like this Christmas moment. Yay!
I think they've been good. And then there's Virtual Collapse versus Road.
Another good one.
I'm going with Road.
Yeah, me too.
I've got Verge circled. I don't know why. I feel like they're going to take that one.
Verge is a good team too.
Yeah. I mean, Road had the first match was like the unfortunate one where they had like 3 boundary violations or something, like looked a little bit silly. And then since that, they've kind of just been churning through people.
Yeah, they're very solid.
Yeah. Agony versus Exodus. This one I don't really know how to place. This one I'm like...
I went with Exodus on this one.
Yeah, Ravi kind of has me convinced that Exodus is a stronger team, but Agony is such a fun team to root for because they work with new players and do the PvP education thing. So, and they're very good at the tournament. It's not like they've been bad at all.
Two groups that face off against each other a lot.
Yeah.
They both live in the same area. They both fight on a regular basis. So they are going to know each other and may have some grudges.
I've gone with my heart and said Agony.
Yeah.
Shadow Cartel versus Noli Secunda.
I went with Shadow Cartel.
I'm sticking with Noli because they keep seeming like idiots and doing a really good job. and I can't resist rooting for them at this point. They won with broadswords and then Dominic's and then nightmares, and I think they're the only team to win with any of those 3 core setups in the whole tournament.
Yeah. We've got Noli, who seemed like idiots and still won, and Shadow Cartel, who seemed like epic heroes and still win. So,
but see, I feel like Shadow Cartel is a team that have seemed like epic heroes and might be idiots. Maybe. I'm not sure.
This is another one of your arguments.
I'm excited about both.
Your description of Noli Secunda fits pretty much with my view on test.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like. They seem fairly slow, but they keep winning.
Yeah.
And it might just be my perception of them that's completely wrong. But like, I agree with Noli Secunda. I can't really place them. Yeah. Shadow Cartel, I hope, are just brilliant.
I kind of do too. I mean, their setups have been so fun. Their matches have been amazing to watch. It would be cool if they were like really a lot even better than we think, and they've kind of blasted through the bracket. But
if their setups were actually thought through and just not,
I think they are.
I mean, they have been thought through. It's just, I think
they just seem very gambly.
To a certain extent, some of them seem kind of risky, but they've been making all the pilot decisions right.
Yeah.
Like when you look at who's been making the correct pilot decisions pretty much all the time, Shadow's one of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a good sign.
Yes.
If you're a pilot. Anyway, all right. Well, let's just before we go out and see the commentators, because of course we have Sunset and the commentators ready in there. Let's just get a quick prediction on who's going to win it at the end of the day.
Got to go with PL for me.
I think I'm going to take mildly.
Yeah.
I'm going with Hun. I think Hun is going to go all the way.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a Hun here as well.
They seem competent.
Yeah.
They really seem competent.
We talked about that they hadn't had the best opposition, but they've been so consistent and so All right, anyway, let's go see Sunset and the commentators in the booth.
Hi, welcome to the commentary booth. I'm CCP Sunset here with the most goonalicious combination that I could possibly have on formal finals day. Hey guys.
What's up?
I have Zastro and I have Laz.
How you doing?
Pretty good, thank you.
You excited? You excited as I am?
I'm pretty excited.
Well, I have my bracket here. Look, we have these fancy official brackets.
Sample brackets.
Yeah. Nothing's decided yet.
We keep things professional
Well,
here.
we do have to say that the guys in the studios were wrong, that Shadow Cartel actually is going to win it all.
I don't know. What has me so excited about the tournament finals this year is there's nothing here that I think is a sure bet. Any single one of these matches could go either way.
Yeah, this is definitely the closest last day we've had in many years.
Yeah, so even though this is my bracket, I'm really not too sure about it. I feel like there's quite a few coin flips on this one.
Yeah, I noticed that you had a little bit of a thing going on in the forums yesterday.
Yeah, there is a bracket contest up right now. Navigator ponied up like 3plex to give away for it, and I think there's a few minutes left to put a bracket. So if you don't have a bracket picked out yet, get to the forums, you can get it in.
It closed out at 1,500, I believe, right?
Yeah.
1,500.
Yeah.
And while you're there, you can predict a winner in all our threads that we have for every match available throughout the tournament. And you can also send your questions for the experts. So we'll try and bring as many of those to the commentary team as possible throughout the day. But for now, we'll head back to CCP Soundwave in the studio, and we'll be back later on.
Thank you very much. So we have several contests going, of course. Bracket contest. We have the Soundwave Song Contest. I think we would close for submissions. I've been listening to them all morning, and they're a mix of fantastic and creepy, which is exactly how it should be. Of course, also remember we have backup streams. If you're following yesterday, we have several streams up, and if one of them happens to go down, which of course we hope won't happen, there's more to choose from. All right, well, let's talk a little bit more about spaceships and then go back to some esports and some streaming after the first match. If we're looking at this, which teams are the weakest then? So, we're always talking about, PL, Road, all those really strong teams, but what are the weakest teams in here?
It's tough because all of these teams are so good. I'd say some of the weaker ones would be Godfathers, Heretic are two of the weaker ones, Nully.
Verge collapsed.
Verge could be one of the. They're probably in bottom half, but it's like bottom half of this is still amazing.
No one's going to mention Test?
No, Test would be in the bottom half, I think.
I just don't know. It's so hard to. It feels bad to pick out people as weak because everybody's. Even the teams that I would have thought would have been weak have worked pretty hard to be here, and so it's hard to not give them some respect for that. Yeah. But yeah, I would put Agony, Noli, Tests, Godfathers.
Well, there have been so many surprises. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Really. So.
Is Fearless?
Fearless is just up and down. So Fearless on a bad day is like the worst here, and Fearless on a good day is
like
top half.
Tornado Cyclone team yesterday.
Yeah, with not enough sensor boosters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, in a few hours we'll find out. But yeah, it certainly is looking interesting. I wish that we had some sort of official betting system. Like that would be awesome.
Yeah, we should
Like
do
a
that.
real CCP. Like
That'd be awesome because you guys wouldn't have to rake it necessarily, so it would actually be like there wouldn't be someone making trillions off of
But they
everybody's
could. We could
gambling.
have 2 dinners.
They could. That's right.
yes, we could rake it. And the other thing is that it would be nice if it was just like an automatic thing. You can just go in and click. Put a little bit of gambling in, like Eve's harsh, cold universe where we take your money and gambling as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have a bit of a quick graph to put up for you here. Let's see, this is the 2 teams fighting. So 100 Loaded are undefeated so far. They are by far the best performing team so far, but as we talked about, they haven't actually had the toughest schedule. Perihelion, Space Police, Black Legion, for example, maybe haven't been the strongest team. No, they defeated Noli Secunda, which is a good team.
Yep.
Fearless, on the other hand, they beat Goonswarm.
Like everyone else.
Like everyone else. And yeah, no. It looks like a fairly
I mean,
bleak
Han has to be a
record.
pretty big favorite.
Yeah. And I mean, former tournament winners as well, as far as I remember.
Yep, they won Tournament 4.
Tournament
The
4,
first one, they were the first
wow.
victor after Bob's run ended. And they've been entering them since and just been always doing middlingly well. They usually make it to the last day and then they usually get knocked out early.
Yeah.
But this year they've really brought their game up.
They look sharper than they have the past few years. Which is good.
I have a spaceship question for Theorycraft Master over here. Do you expect today we'll see a big new meta shift? Like a ship other than Slipner or Vindicator all of a sudden?
Or just assault frigs everywhere?
Huh?
Or then assault frigs everywhere?
Assault rigs everywhere is what will happen, or rather than?
Because that's what we've been seeing so far.
Yeah,
We've been seeing lots of Sleipnirs, lots of Vindicators, and then assault frigs and everything.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see it shift a bit. I don't know how much.
Okay.
We'll have to see. That's one of those things that I can't predict for sure. I think we're still going to see a lot of those key things, especially assault frigs, because they're just so versatile to put in any thing. But I think we're going to see some new stuff right out. Like there's going to be some setups from a bunch of these teams they've never shown before.
Awesome.
Also, as a follow-up question, is that a good way to tell the good teams from the bad teams? Are the lower tier teams going to go with the proven and just like cross their fingers, and the good teams are going to pull their A stuff out of the bag?
Well, the lowest tier are going to come up with stuff out of the bag and then lose horribly with it. Then the middle ground teams are going to go with what they know and it's been used before, and then the best ones are going to be the ones that come out with something new. It's like, I guess a good example of that was when the stealth bombers came out, was that 3 years ago? And all of a sudden the tournament went to a stealth bomber meta out of nowhere, and no one saw it coming.
But a lot of people were really bad at that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, I'm excited. This is the first match of the final day. The winner here is knocked out, and we'll have to leave the tournament after 3 weeks of tough matches.
And months of practice.
Yes, and billions of Iskies.
Yes, billions and billions.
All right, so Han Reloaded versus Fearless. What do you say?
Han.
Yeah, I've got Han.
Well, Han are cool dudes,
Yeah.
so I'm going with them.
And a decent alliance, according to their advertisement. All right, anyway, I'm going with Han as well.